Hello guys, welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel, and I am back giving you updates from the transfer market. And today there's a few stories we're going to get through, but starting off at Aston Villa. So we know in the summer, in January, Aston Villa, very busy. They signed Daniel Marlon, as we know, and then they signed Axel Disasi, Marcus Rashford, Marco Asensio, all on loan with no option to buy. So we're going to talk about Asensio, but quickly on Marcus Rashford at the moment, there's been no final decision. I've seen reports saying that Rashford's chosen that he wants to stay. No, because as we know in January, his dream was to sign for FC Barcelona. But anyway, going back to Marco Asensio. So Aston Villa, as we know, are really happy with Asensio. He's been absolutely brilliant since he signed for them in January from PSG, and same for Marcus Rashford. And currently, at the moment, Aston Villa, because Unai Emery absolutely loves Marco Asensio, even before he became Aston Villa manager, and Aston Villa at the moment are expected to try and make the move permanent for Asensio due to the good form. And negotiations could take place even before the transfer window's open, because of how well he's been playing. There's expected competition from other clubs, especially from Spain, from what I know, and for PSG. And for PSG now, we know they've got quite a few forwards, and it's interesting to see what they do with Kolo Muani. But with Asensio, it's expected he gets sold in the summer and leaves PSG, because we know in 2025 he'll be in the final year of his contract in the summer, so also a fee could be reduced. But let's wait and see what happens with Aston Villa and Marco Asensio, but Villa would love to make the deal permanent. Now, Brazilian midfielder Ederson from Atalanta. So Ederson now, for the last two windows, two last summers should I say, he's been linked with exit, and many teams over the last few seasons have monitored him at Atalanta, including Atletico Madrid, Manchester City, Man United. All the top clubs have all been monitoring him. And as we know, for Atalanta in the summer, it was either Tion Koopmeiners leaves or Ederson leaves. One of them two could leave, but not both of them would leave in the same window. So this could change, because Ederson as well also wasn't really looking for a move, unlike Tion Koopmeiners was. So let's wait and see. But in the summer, Ederson could decide to take the next chapter in his career and leave Atalanta. And the feeling is that Atalanta will also be more willing to sell him. And as I've said, there's definitely interest there, because many teams have followed the player for quite a while. And Manchester United, who have been linked to him quite a lot over the last year, are one of the teams who have followed Ederson for quite a while. And obviously, when Manchester United in the summer looking to bring in players with energy, I'm pretty certain Ederson will be up there on the list. But as we know in Manchester United, the financial aspect will be key this summer. And his contract is valid until 2027, Ederson's, and his price tag, from what I know, is around 60 million euros. So 60 million euros price tag. So now, a quick one on Angelo Stiller. So we know he signed a new deal, a 1-year extension at Stuttgart until 2028. And Bayern Munich and Liverpool have both had interest in Stiller, from what I've been told before. And just on the release clause that we know was included in the new contract, and it is up to 40 million euros depending on the buying club. So if, let's say, a German team moves for him, it will probably be more expensive. if it's a team from out of Europe, not from out of Europe, but out of Germany, then you're probably looking under 40 million euros. So let's wait and see. But considerably cheap for Stiller, who is a very good, energetic, technical player for Stuttgart. And a quick one though, Stuttgart can buy out the release clause from June 2026 for 2 million euros. So a move for Stiller is expected within, maybe this summer if a team, because as I've said, there's teams who are monitoring like Liverpool and Bayern Munich. So maybe this summer teams make a move before Stuttgart buy out the release clause in June 2026 for 2 million euros. And so let's wait and see. But as I've said, it's unclear if that means clubs will move for him this summer or not, or maybe they wait until it's brought out and they think they can get him for a cheaper fee. So let's wait and see on Angelo Stiller. So Ter Stegen got injured, as we know, and Barcelona opted to bring in a new goalkeeper, and they brought in Szczesny as a free agent. And Szczesny, we know, has had some really good performances in the recent games for Barcelona this season since signing as a free agent. And his contract, obviously, was only a 6-month deal, so in the summer he'll become a free agent again from June. But Szczesny could stay at Barcelona for one more season, so an extension could happen until 2026. But this means if this does happen, Inaki Peña has a concrete chance of leaving Barcelona in the summer if Szczesny stays. And for Barcelona, we know they've been linked with quite a few goalkeepers over the last few years, and I do expect them to be in the goalkeeper market in the near future for a younger goalkeeper. I can't give you any names at the moment, but I do expect it to happen. But also, if Szczesny doesn't renew, Barcelona could go in for a new goalkeeper, because we know there's many players, a goalkeeper right now who's linked to many top clubs, Juan Garcia, but Arsenal are the front runners for him. So let's wait and see what goes on. But Szczesny could stay for one more year until June 2026. Victor Boniface, and we know he nearly joined Al Nassr before Al Nassr decided to move with John Duran instead as the top target. But Boniface was very open to the move, and that has soured the relationship between Leverkusen and Boniface at the moment. So Victor Boniface has a concrete chance to leave Leverkusen in the summer. And at the moment, I can't give you any real names. But one thing I will say is that the move to Al Nassr, the failed one, is a key reason. Obviously, about failed his attitude off the pitch, I can't tell you that. But that is one thing I can tell you. So Bayer Leverkusen are expected to sell a striker anyway in the summer window between Patrick Schick, Boniface, but what I've been told, Boniface is a likely one to leave. So the price valuation is around 60 million euros. So let's wait and see what happens with Boniface. But thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.